these guys can get women to invest more into them than they invest into the women. And like I said, this is going to go more to the conversation skills. If you one of those guys that can converse with women back and forth like that, you're going to get them to invest in you, because women are bonders and communicators. They love to fucking talk and stuff like that. And I think, what's the word? Asexual, whatever the fucking word is, that you stimulate them with their mind. Women kind of always been like that. Now they got this word. If one of y'all guys know what the fucking word is, put it in the comment. I think it's called asexual, whatever the fuck it is. When a woman you turn on when you stimulate her mind. I have no interest in learning the fucking word, because I am never gonna converse with women like that. It's just not who I am. But matter of fact, guys, I don't like conversing with nobody like that. That's just not who I am. I'm not a big talker like that. I don't like to converse with nobody. Just talk. That's just not who I am. But most women now, they have this right here, where if you can stimulate them mentally with a stimulating conversation, you'll have them, and that'll cause them to invest in you more. Notice what, if y'all guys ain't noticing nothing, most of this stuff is not about status, not about looks, not about money, none of that. What's it mostly about? Conversation skills. The true players have that conversation skills. And all this other shit is following due to that conversation skills. That's what it is. I think most of us red pill guys who really don't like conversing with women like that gonna have a hard time doing it. These are guys that are just kind of social with women, real good, got real good social skills with women. And it's kind of got to be something that you just like to do, right? It can't be forced, right? If you're a guy that don't like conversing with a woman for 2 hours and stuff like my man Slim was at the club and stuff, just sitting over there chit-chatting with the girls every night before people get there for 2 hours. Who does that? I have no interest in that, but he seemed to like that, right? I'm just not that sociable. I'm just not. Next, guys can build attachments really fast. I think most of us know that most attachments gonna take 2-3 months, sometimes even longer. And with these guys, the conversation skills are so good that they're able to build these attachments in like 2 or 3 weeks, where the women are already attached to them because of the conversation skills, right? They stimulate them so much mentally with their conversation that within 2 or 3 weeks, the women are already attached, running around, chasing them and stuff. Okay, guys, back in the day, I think that I was better at this, sort of a little bit, but even back then I kind of sucked. But back in the day, guys, it was commonplace where you talk to a woman on the phone for an hour, 2 hours every night, right? But even then I did it because that's the way things was, but I really didn't enjoy it. And a lot of time the women be like, like holding the phone. I'm holding the phone because I really don't want to talk. I really just want to find out what day you can come, what day your dad ain't gonna be home so we can fuck. But I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it because that's the way it is. I really didn't enjoy it. But if you're somebody who can find enjoyment in that, then you're gonna build an attachment really fast. So let me explain to y'all guys why that is. So say you a guy who see a woman once a week or whatever for a date, right? And the date is 2 hours, right? During that 2 hours, past the first or second date, the conversation go down because y'all ain't asking each other all the questions no more. The interview questions where y'all just trying to get to know each other. So that's less of a connection time, right? You seeing a girl once a week for 2 hours, opposed to a guy who's talking to a girl on the phone for 2 hours, 2 or 3 times a week. So he just cut down the amount of time that it's going to take you to build the attachment because he loves conversing with her. You see what I'm saying? So she's going to get more attached to him faster because of the connection time. Opposed to seeing you once a week for 2 hours, she's talking and chit-chatting to him on the phone 2 or 3 times a week for 2 hours, 3 hours, and all this other type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the attachment gets built faster. And I know a lot of things guys have got convoluted with, oh, she gonna think I'm low value. I'm too freely available and all this, that, and the other. Not when you find mature women who have their head on straight. Yes, if you do that with a lot of women, oh, what a loser. He can talk to me on the phone 2 nights out the week. What a loser. Nobody wants him. Yeah, if you find those immature ass women like that, but there are women who have enough emotional intelligence to know that maybe he just making time for me because he wants to get to know me. Not these immature women you gotta call, text back in 8 hours, or they think you're a loser. Not them immature, childish ass women. I'm talking about women that have sense to know that, maybe he does have options and maybe he does have a life, but maybe, just maybe, he's taking time to get to know me. Ain't that a novel idea? Wow. I don't have to be a fucking loser to actually text you 2 times in a week. Wow. Ain't that grand? Jesus. Next, guys, can sleep with women without dating them. You don't have to date when you got good conversation skills. If you somebody that know how to got good conversation skills, you don't gotta do dates. See, I gotta do dates because I'm never gonna have good conversation skills with women. So I have to do dates. And I don't want to talk to the motherfuckers. To be quite honest with you, I don't want to talk to the motherfuckers. If you gave me the choice between talking to a girl on the phone for 2 hours or going on a date for 2 hours, I'd rather go on the goddamn date. I'd rather go on the goddamn date than sit here and FaceTime a girl for 2 hours. I'd rather go on the goddamn date. I'd rather just spend the goddamn $40. Shit. And sit here and talk to your ass for 2 hours? You know what? Let's just go out. I'll spend the money. That's how annoying conversation with women is to me. I'd rather spend money than sit here and talk to your ass. But if you're a guy and you like that and you want to do that, you don't got to spend no money. You can sit there and chit chat with her for an hour. And then after you done gotten her mind real good, say, hey, how about you bring a bottle of wine and come over? Yeah, you done did the date. You done sat there and talked to her ass for 2 hours on the goddamn phone. Shit, you done did the goddamn date. And this is the thing too, guys. I want to make sure I make this abundantly clear. These conversations have to be stimulating and good. That's another reason why I want to do them. Gonna bore the shit out of me. So that's another thing. You got to have those type of conversational skills to where it's not just you talking and it's boring as fuck. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you doing them in a sexual seduction, masculine frame. And they're interesting. And the women are intrigued by your conversation skills. That's what I'm talking about. I'd rather spend the goddamn money. I'd rather pony up to 40, 50 bucks. I just can't. I just can't, guys, with women. Woo! Talking about a bunch of nothing. Girl turns on, you gonna call me and talk about what? What we gonna talk about? What you wanna talk about? Ain't nothing going on that ain't good in my life where I got to talk about. You know what? I take my hat off to all the true players out there that can converse with women about that. Hey, I respect your goddamn game, man. Because there ain't nothing in the world that make me want to sit here and talk to a goddamn woman on the phone for a goddamn hour or two. Nothing. I'd rather take a moment. I'd rather spend the money. And I'm just being serious, guys. And last, guys, can get women attracted with no strategies. No, they don't have to do all of this, just natural conversation skills. They don't have to text back the next day or worry about the availability test. None of that bullshit. Their conversation skills covers up everything. Everything, guys. All right, guys. So that's my definition of a true player. Is a guy that can do all of this with his mouthpiece, his conversation skills, not his looks, not his money, not his status, nothing. Just conversation. He can get a woman on the phone, and with his conversation, he can get her attached. Not taking her to France, not showing her his car, none of that. Not showing her his Instagram. He got 100,000 followers on Instagram with a blue check, with a picture with a whole bunch of girls traveling. None of that bullshit. Just his conversation skills. That's it. That's my definition of a true player. All right, guys. I'll get back with you guys later.